Hello traders, I specially welcome you to this video and you're welcome back to the Forex Geek channel. In this particular video, we are going to be talking about the Bollinger Bands MTF indicator. All right, so the Bollinger Bands MTF indicator, MTF stands for multi-time frame. It is a custom indicator, meaning you have to download it from a reputable site online. You can try out the Meta. You can try out the MQL5 marketplace. If you can't find it on the MQL5 marketplace, one of the other sites that I usually use is Indicator Spot. All right. So I'm just going to be adding the indicator to the chart right away. It's the Bollinger Bands MTF indicator. All right. And this is how the indicator looks like. Now, as you can observe, the indicator is like the standard Bollinger Bands indicator. Okay. However, this indicator is perfect for traders who want to implement a top-down trading approach. All right, because it enables seamless analysis from 1 minute to monthly charts. Okay, so it doesn't exactly matter if you are a beginner or if you are an expert. This indicator has something to offer. So we're just going to be going right into how to make use of this indicator. All right, now basically, as we can see, this indicator can help you to observe ongoing volatility in the market, just like the regular, or rather the standard Bollinger Bands indicator, right? It can help you to identify a volatile market. It can help you to identify a less volatile market. Okay, so whenever you find price bouncing off the upper band, remember that we have the upper band, we have the lower band, and we have the middle band, which is a simple moving average. All right, now if we go to the settings of these Bollinger Bands, we are going to see that the bands period is set to 20, right? The default. Okay, so if you want to modify the period for the moving average, you can do that. Okay, but the set figure, which is the default 20, is actually fine. All right, now whenever you find the indicator moving sideways and close to each other, whenever you find the upper band and the lower band somehow compressing towards each other, it shows that there is low volatility in the market. All right, now whenever you have a breakout either to the upside or to the downside, you're going to notice that the upper band is going to somehow stretch away from the lower band, like what happened around here. Okay, so basically, like I mentioned, this indicator can be used to observe volatility in the market, and you can also use it to get good entry and exit points. Now, we're just talking about the volatility aspect. Okay, so whenever you have the price break out from the consolidation zone, because you can see that this was a period of consolidation when the Bollinger Bands were somewhat compressing. All right, it was a period of consolidation, a period of low volatility. Then when we had an increase in volatility, you can see that there was a spike to the upside breaking out from this consolidation zone. All right, so whenever that breakout happens, you will find out that the price will start piercing through the upper band, and the upper band will start trending upwards. Okay, so whenever you have such a breakout, you should be looking for an entry point. If it is a breakout to the upside, you should be looking for a buy entry point. If it's a breakout to the downside, you should be looking for a sell entry point. Okay, so now at this particular example, we can see that we had a breakout to the upside, so we're going to be looking for a buy entry point. So this is going to be a good place to enter a buy, because right after the positive breakout, we can see that we had a retest. Remember that one of the things that validates a breakout is a retest, right? So we had a breakout to the upside, and then we had a retest of that resistance that was just turned into a support, right? And then right after the breakout, you can see that this was a retest. You can see how the price came down and retest that newly formed support. And right after the retest, we had a continuation to the upside. So right after the formation of this bullish candle, okay, I hope you're following. Right after after the formation of this bullish candle, it was a confirmation of this retest and continuation. Right after the breakout happened, we had a retest and then we had a bullish candle form showing that a continuation in the direction of the breakout was about to happen. So this would have been a good place to enter a buy. This would have been a good place to enter a buy trade. All right, so that would have been a good place to enter a buy trade. And then as for our stop loss, we could have considered setting our stop loss right below the breakout point. Yeah, we can consider setting our stop loss below this newly formed low, okay, which indicates the retest point, right? So we could have considered setting our stop loss right below here, and then for our take profit, we can consider using a resistance zone, or when the price pierces the Bollinger Band, the upper band, and starts reversing, then we can use that as our exit signal. All right, so basically when using the Bollinger Bands MTF indicator, you have to be watching out for volatility. It's very important, okay? And then we're going to be looking out for breakouts. All right, I'm going to advise using this indicator to identify breakouts, okay? But if you want to use it to trade trending markets, you can actually do that, okay? So let's just quickly look for examples of a trending market. Now we can see that we had a bearish trending market around here, right? This was a bearish trend, right? We can see that we had a clear bearish trend around here, okay? So if you want to make use of the Bollinger Bands MTF to identify good entry and exit points in the trending market, of course, you should identify the direction of the trend first. In this case, it is a bearish trend. Then next, you should be watching out for the price bouncing between the lower band and the middle band, okay? The price has to be bouncing between the lower band and the middle band and trending downwards, okay? So whenever you have identified that and you're looking for a good opportunity, of course, you should be looking for sell trades only in a sell trend, right? So whenever you have the price get to the upper band, the middle band, sorry, whenever you have the price get to the middle band and starts reversing downwards, that's a good time to enter a sell. So for example, we can see that at this point we had the price get to the middle band and start to reverse downwards, and this was a good time to enter a sell. Actually, if you had entered a sell around here right after the price was bouncing off the middle band and coming downwards, you have considered entering a sell around here, setting stop loss right above that resistance. Remember that this middle band serves as a dynamic resistance and dynamic support. In the case of a sell trend, it serves as a dynamic resistance. In the case of a buy trend, it serves as a dynamic support. So in this scenario, we can see that it was serving as a dynamic resistance. So after entering a sell, we have set our stop loss right above that resistance, right above the swing high, okay? And then for our take profit, we can consider using support zones, right? For example, this is support zone, another support zone, or we can just watch out for when the price bounces off the lower band and starts moving upwards. So in that case, would have possibly exited our sell around here or exited around here. Now, your risk to reward ratio is one of the factors that can determine your exit point as well. For example, if we had entered a sell around here, let's say roughly around here, and we had set our stop loss right above this swing high, it means we're going to be having somewhere around 330 pips. Right, about 330 pips is going to be our risk, and then our potential reward ideally should be a minimum of 660 pips, right? So if we are targeting this for our stop loss, then we can actually use this support for our take profit because it gives us more than 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio. Remember, I said if we are risking 330 pips, for our risk to reward ratio being 1 to 2, it means our profit target should be around 660 pips. 660 pips would have been somewhere around here. So this would have been a good place to set your stop loss if you want to use a fixed, risk to reward ratio. But if you want to be more flexible, you can just decide to use the nearest support level which is going to be here, and that's going to be giving us somewhere around 850 pips. So that's a good catch. All right, so basically that is how to make use of the Bollinger Bands MTF indicator. It can help you to identify the direction of the trend. It can also help you to identify volatility in the market. Now, always pay attention to your trend lines. Trend lines come in very handy because the trend lines are going to give you extra confirmation as to the direction of the trend. And also make use of your horizontal support and resistance zones, just like I plotted here on the chart. All right, so I hope you found this video insightful. I hope you found this video insightful. Kindly like and subscribe for more trading insights, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you don't miss out on more trading videos like this. Okay, in the meantime, thank you for watching and happy trading.